Homecoming week is in full swing. Paris schools come to visit McCarthy, and the new Star Wars trailer has been released. All this and more coming up on MBC News. Stay tuned.
I'm Mr. Ruggie, and you're watching MBC News.
Good morning, Mavericks. I'm Courtney Caniglio.
And I'm Matthew Benheim. Thanks for tuning in, Mavs. This week, several Paris schools have roamed the halls of Archbishop McCarthy to get a sneak peek of the school. The 8th graders had a great time experiencing a little bit of the homecoming week here at McCarthy. And they also got to see performances by the cheerleaders, band, Maverick players, and more. We at MBC News give a warm welcome to our future Mavs.
It's so weird seeing them here, like people from my old school. Well, unfortunately, today is the last day of Maverick Homecoming Week. Let's take a look at some of the highlights, or should I say, Fright Nights of the week.
Yeah.
I saw that picture. Please tell me about that picture. You like squeeze in and you put down the line.
It's used to like people not showing up, and now we have two.
Yeah, because have you?
Oh, we have some stragglers.
I like to watch the I didn't get ready to give it Are you ready? Yeah, we're ready. Looking over here. Ready? Again. One. Like, look at this.
Rock out, baby. We're talking rock out.
No.
Oh my god.
Get to yeah.
That was the you just walked away.
Trademark basketball team. Go Lions.
That's it. That's it, pretty much.
Oh, well, I used to dress up like this in middle school because I just feel swag, you know? Like all the swag I just have on right now, it's just unbearable to talk right now.
A Girl Scout.
Come on, do man.
Okay, ready? Hold on.
What up with my...
I know.
I forgot that I had I'm just here enjoying Miami, man, you know? The beautiful weather, the amazing beaches, the beautiful women. It's beautiful here. How long is the line for Space Mountain?
There you go.
Sorry.
Now moving on our way to the courts, here's Zachary Oliveri with the Mavs Sports Zone.
Good morning, Mavericks, and welcome to a very special homecoming edition of Maverick Sports Zone. I'm Zach Oliveri, and here's what's going on in the world of Maverick sports. We start off with the Maverick football team. We're coming off a monumental win last week as they demolished the Key West Conks 58-38.
They just got ready to play, and they were ready to go, and I think we were a little more focused than they were. They had homecoming, which we have to deal with this week, of course. But we're really focused, and offensively played extremely well. Defensively, there's some things, you know, we're going to have to fix because we're probably going to have to see them again. And though we scored 56 points, we gave up 36. So we'll take care of those things when the time comes. Right now, our focus has to be on Coral Glades.
Well, everyone contributed greatly to the win, especially our offense putting up 56 points. Anthony Ray, as usual, scored. Eric Paul played great at quarterback, and our defense stepped up when we needed to.
We just practice hard, you know. We've been practicing for months now. It's crazy.
Our offense stood up, and I think our defense did pretty good.
Key West wasn't ready. We practiced hard all week, and we got the job done.
I was just talking to some of the players. I mean, we've come too far to mess up now.
It seems as if I've been a broken record all year when discussing the Maverick offense, which ran right through the Key West defense, just like they've done to all their opponents this year. The running game was led once again by the dynamic duo of senior running back Anthony Ray and freshman running back Willie Davis. Ray totaled a team-high 164 yards and 3 touchdowns. Davis added 80 yards and scored a touchdown on the night. Senior wide receiver Tyler Messer totaled the only receiving touchdown on the night for the Mavericks. Several Mavericks got into the end zone for the first time on the season. Senior lineman E.J. Roger was placed in the backfield and bulldozed his way into the goal line, and junior defensive lineman and tight end Marcus Mijares totaled a 73-yard kickoff return to the house and even included a sack on defense. And speaking of defense, the Maverick defense stepped up in several key spots against the Conks by slowing down their triple option attack. This valiant effort was led by junior defensive lineman Zach Messer, who totaled 14 tackles on the night. Senior Anthony Zarelli added 10 tackles, and sophomore linebacker Andrew Hallman racked up 8 tackles, which included a sack. Hallman was also one of 3 Mavericks to pick off the Key West quarterbacks. The other 2 were fellow sophomores, cornerback Logan Giordano and safety Vincent Redmond. With the win, the Mavericks have clinched home field advantage throughout the Gold Coast League playoffs. That means there could be up to 2 home playoff games right here on campus. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The football team will look to complete the season undefeated as they take on the Coral Glades Jaguars tonight in the highly anticipated homecoming game. This game might be a significant game to the student body, being that it is the homecoming game. But for the Maverick football team, however, they will try to block out those distractions and approach this week as just another game.
Well, our approach is always that with the team, we are the show, not part of the show.
We're all staying focused and just getting ready for that ultimate goal, which is to stay undefeated and finish out the year undefeated.
Well, we're just going to stay focused and work hard because we really want that 9th win.
Doing it all year, so this shouldn't be different to us. That's it.
Anything to it?
I got something to say. This man right here, he is the future. He will crush any running back in the class of 2019. He is a beast. Beast mode like Lynch, but he wear number 22. Don't listen to him right here, but this man right here is the man. Y'all got that? The man.
This Maverick team is focused and ready to end the regular season strong and storm into their second straight playoff appearance. Tonight should definitely be another thrilling edition of Maverick football. We shift to the Lady Maverick golf team, who finished second at their regional tournament on Monday. Kristen Simmons finished second place individually, and next up for the Lady Mavericks will be the state tournament next week. That's all this week, Mavericks. I'm Zach Albright. Enjoy the rest of a very memorable homecoming week.
Thanks, Zach. Now from the fields to the teal carpet, here's Camille Giordano with entertainment.
October 21st, 2015 holds a very special place in the hearts of millions of movie fans. 26 years ago, the second installment of the Back to the Future trilogy was released. Marty McFly, played by Michael J. Fox, and Doc Brown, played by Christopher Lloyd, hopped into the famous DeLorean time machine to 30 years into the future. This had been a day long anticipated to see if they got the future right. To answer this question, here's Chris Bodie with a very special edition of Maverick Minute.
Do you remember the future?
What's up, Mavs? My name is Chris Bodie, and I'm coming at you from the past / the future, whichever you decide to determine. October 21st, 2015. This date resonates in all of our heads as a day where Marty McFly and Doc Brown took a trip into the future to fix something for Marty's kids and his legacy. But when they got to 2015, things didn't seem all that correct. They had flying cars, holograms, hoverboards, and electric cars. We've managed to accomplish electric cars, but we have never seen a properly and fast-working hoverboard or hover bike or even flying cars. But I went around asking you, Mavericks, what do you think is the best part about this day, October 21st, 2015?
So I don't think that if this is the future, it lived up to its what we thought it was gonna. I know, it's pretty underwhelming.
I think it's great. I mean, I wore a shirt today, and everyone asked me, yo, why aren't you dressed up as a tacky tourist? And I was like, this is way more important to me. Back to the Future is my favorite trilogy of all time.
1.21 gigawatts.
21 gigawatts!
The only thing that we had in advance was Apple. We don't dress with all the metallic stuff. We
We don't have hoverboards.
To be fair, they did invent a hoverboard, just not as cool.
And I want a hoverboard, man. I really want one. So they should, like, you know, invent some and get on one and then not come in hoverboard.
You know, I don't know about the hoverboards, but I know they got the thing with the wheels on it, and it's kind of like a hoverboard. So basically, I don't know how you're saying it's different, man. It's like the same thing. As long as I don't have to walk, I'm all right.
We don't have flying cars, like nothing.
I mean, listen, I want a flying car too, but that's never gonna happen. All that was just like fake, I guess. That's just baloney.
No, I mean, I guess everything you think of that's dreamy, that's far-fetched, not necessarily is always going to happen.
Hey, Doc, you better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Hey, Marty! Marty! Marty, I wanted to show you these new matchbooks for my auto detailing I had printed up.
Flying DeLorean?
Thanks, Chris. Staying with the movies, filmmakers will attempt once again to make a biopic of the Apple founder Steve Jobs. The second attempt, appropriately titled Steve Jobs, will be released with stars Michael Fassbender as the Apple founder, Kate Winslet as Joan Hoffman, Seth Rogen as Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, and Jeff Daniels as former Apple CEO John Sculley. So far, the response has been better than anticipated. When comparing it to the 2013 film, the recent movie has received an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. So go on out and be the judge of if the filmmakers portrayed the legendary life of Steve Jobs accurately.
Every year, ABC Family hosts a marathon of spooky movies to give you the chills. This marathon will feature all-time classics such as Hocus Pocus and Casper, while still keeping with the modern generation, and playing 2 movies out of the Harry Potter series, Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. For those of you wishing for restless nights filled with terror and suspense, this marathon is one for you. Check them out. Their marathon lasts until October 31st.
Calling all Star Wars fans, the third and final trailer for Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, was released early this week, and man was it a good one. The trailer first aired on Monday night during the Toyota halftime event, and shortly after, tickets went on sale. However, the sales didn't last very long, for ticket selling sites such as Fandango crashed in a matter of minutes. They must have been pretty hectic. If this isn't a sure sign that this movie is highly anticipated, I don't know what is. Be sure to catch Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, when it airs in theaters on December 18th, 2015.
That's all for this week, guys. I'm Camille Giordano.
And I'm Renee Garcia. May the Force be with you.
Homecoming week is a time to get creative by impersonating your favorite TV characters, zombies, vampires, and monsters through costume.
But do you have what it takes to sound like someone else?
I'm Ava Delgado.
And I'm Caroline Bologna. And this week's Mav on the Mic is...
What's your best celebrity impersonation?
Here's my impression of Morgan Freeman. In the beginning, there was just... John Cena!
Impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back.
Here's my impression of George Lopez. Yo, yo.
That celebrity impression would probably be like Shrek. Like, he's just like, Donkey, get out of me swamp.
Kim Kardashian. Okay. Kanye, North's diaper is full and I really don't want to change it.
Hi, precious. Oh, my precious.
Impression of Tyler Messer. Every time we're in practice, the ball gets thrown, he'd be like,
So you want to know how I got these scars? Well, you see, my father was a drinker, a fiend. And one day he comes home.
So he calls me up and he's like, I still love you. And I'm like, this is exhausting, you know? Like, we are never getting back together, like ever.
crazier than usual. My mom takes a kitchen knife to his throat. He didn't like that. Takes the knife to her throat and says, "Why so serious?" Comes at me with the knife, says, "Let's put a smile on that face." Turns to me slowly and says, "Why so serious?" Okay, I'm finished.
Thanks, guys. Well, that's it for this special homecoming episode of MBC News. I'm Courtney Caniglio.
And I'm Matthew Benheim.
Thanks for tuning in, Mavs, and we'll see you at the homecoming game and dance this weekend. Have a great time.